Welcome to our April community class. Getting a Facebook loaded here so we can start talking about essential oils for spring. So I want to get my computer set up here so I'm right here with all of you. It says I am live. I want to welcome you all to our April community class. My name is Marian Smith and I'm the Director of Sales and Communications here with Jordan Essentials, and I am also a NAHA certified aromatherapist who is just in love with using essential oils. I use them lots of different ways, and I'm going to share a lot of that information with you here tonight. So I'm going to wait till we get some people popping on. It's always tricky because I can never quite see where we are, and it says I'm here, and I can see some people popping on. That's awesome. So I'll wait just a couple of minutes so we have a few more people on, and then I'll get started. I am in the great state of Missouri. Hello from Texas, Andrea. And we are having crazy weather again. I'm telling you, when people told me, I moved to Missouri in October, and when people told me you could really get all 4 seasons in one day, I didn't believe them. I now believe them. The state has definitely shown me that. I see some people from Minnesota. You may be shoveling out. I know my mom actually had snow the other day. She's still in Wisconsin. My sister had 2 to 3 inches. My mom didn't have quite that much, I don't think. So digging out of the snow. I know some of you have had some crazy weather like we're having. It was super windy when I came home from work. I had to take my bird feeder down, and now it seems to be calming down, but we never know if we get a thunderstorm just kind of rolling in. I see people from some Michigan, Arkansas, awesome, Maine, Missouri, more Missouri, that's great. I know a lot of our leaders are traveling. This is our trip week for those of our leaders that earned, and our consultants, I shouldn't just say leaders, we have a lot of consultants taking their first trip as well. So each year at Jordan Essentials, our consultants have the opportunity to earn a wonderful trip, and they are on their way, some of them heading down there now. They're in the Breathless Resort in the Dominican Republic. So I'm sure they're having a wonderful time there. They're going to be there a little bit over the next few days, enjoying and soaking in all of the sunshine and being ready to jump back into building their businesses. So if you have a consultant, that's amazing, and do reach out to them if you have any questions or if there's some products you want to purchase. If you don't have a consultant, you can just reach out and we will be happy to connect you with one as well. You can message the page, and I have some wing people there that would happy to help and connect you. So tonight we are going to be talking about one of my favorite topics, essential oils. As I said, I'm a NAHA certified aromatherapist, and NAHA is the National Association of Holistic Aromatherapists. So we follow the NAHA guidelines and the NAHA standards for how we use our essential oils. So that's why you're not going to hear me talking about, of course, treating, curing, or diagnosing anything, or do we use our essential oils internally. And it has nothing to do with the quality of our essential oils. It has to do with a safety factor and part of what NAHA, which is NAHA.org, has in their guidelines. So we do follow their guidelines that way. So I want to just give a quick intro to what essential oils are for those of you that are new here. And then I'm going to talk about some key essential oils that you'll want to be using. I can see some comments rolling there. That you'll want to be using during the spring. Talk a little bit about products. And then I am going to give you some fun ways that you can use them, not just for yourself, but for your whole home. One of the things people will tell me, because I use them and I buy essential oils all the time, and they'll tell me essential oils last so long. And I'm like, you're not using them right, because they're not using them and incorporating them in so many ways that they can use them around the house. Sometimes we just think about them in a product that's already pre-made, like we have here at Jordan Essentials, like our sticks, our sprays, or our rollers. And sometimes people just think of them as being used in a diffuser. But there's so many ways that we can use them and incorporate them into healthy things around our home and just really promoting our well-being and the well-being of our family as well. So now essential oils, and I have notes here so I stay on topic, or some of you know I'd be here till next year. And one of the frequently asked questions I get is how many drops are in a dropper. So these are 15 ml bottles, and there's about 250 drops in a bottle. Now it's going to vary because of the oils themselves. the oils, depending on how they, what they come from, is going to determine their thickness. So like a citrus oil, like lemon or orange, they drop out very quickly, and their drops, you may have fewer drops or more drops because they're smaller and they come out quicker. You have something like frankincense, which is a resin, is heavier, and so you may not get as many drops. You may get 230 drops. But when you think about it, you're only going to be using a lot of times 5 to 10 drops at a time. So they're going to last you a long, long time. Now, our essential oils, or essential oils in general, come from plants, and they're the essence of the plant. They're kind of the squished out power that you get. All of that goodness comes out in that essential oil. They can come from the seeds, they can come from the stems, the bark, the root, and then we even have like frankincense, which is coming from that resin. So you have a lot of different ways that where the essential oils come from. But again, our essential oils are the highest quality. They're 100% pure, and you want to look for that when you're looking for an essential oil. They need to be 100% pure. You don't want them adulterated or cut with anything if you're going to be using them in some of the applications tonight. Essential oils are highly, highly concentrated. I had my figure here, let me spin to it, of how many it takes to get just one bottle of, where's my number here, of 10,000, I didn't want to give the wrong number, 10,000 roses to get just 5 milliliters of essential oil. And it takes over 50 lemons to get one bottle. So 50 lemons. And it comes from the rind of the lemon. It does not come from the juice. So that's one thing that sometimes people get confused on, is that orange essential oil is not juice. It is the essential oil that actually comes from the rind. One way that you can see that with the citrus is if you have an orange or a grapefruit or a lime, you just take the peel, and when you bend it in half, you'll see that little poof. And that's really the essential oil. And we're getting all of that pressed down into what we have as an essential oil. Now, because they're really concentrated, that's one of the reasons we don't take them internally. And it is because they are so powerful, and it's hard for your body to actually digest and break them up and get them back out to where your body uses them. That's why we use them topically, which is on our skin, but we always use them with a carrier. So we're going to mix them with a carrier oil such as olive oil, or we use sunflower or jojoba. You don't want to put the essential oil directly on your skin, and then we use them aromatically. And that's how you get them, just from breathing from the bottle, or from using them in your diffuser, or just using them in other products as well. Now, aromatically is actually the most powerful way to do it, because it goes right in through your olfactory down into your lungs. That's where most of your blood vessels are, and then it's absorbed that way. So it gets right out to where it needs to go to give you the best benefit. So I see a great question. What are the JE rollers mixed with? They are mixed with grapeseed oil. And rollers are my favorite. I love to use them. Grapeseed oil is one of the highest absorption rate of a carrier oil. So it's absorbed right into your skin. And so the essential oil goes in as well. So that's just really great for you to use that way with grapeseed oil. And I have some stats on that. I can probably post them to our community, and you can get with your Jordy and they'd be able to share more information that way as well. So the key essential oils we're going to talk about tonight, so I flipped my sheet here, we're going to talk about lavender, lemon, peppermint, tea tree orange, and frankincense. Those are the key oils that we're talking about for spring, but they also happen to be the base oil, the basic essential oils that everyone should start using and having in their home. So if you're new to aromatherapy and you're new to essential oils, you want to start with your droppers. Those are going to be the top 6 that you want to grab, and they're great beginner oils. They're very forgiving, so if you're mixing and you're using them in your diffuser and you put 11 drops in, it's no worry. If you're mixing it into an unscented shea butter and you're trying to make something you want to use for yourself, again, it's going to be very forgiving. 1 or 2 drops plus or minus is going to be okay. So those are really great oils to start with. and be able to use them. They're also some of the most versatile oils that you'll be able to find and be able to use multi-purposes as well. And we'll talk about some of that this evening. So the first one I want to talk about, and I want to make sure I grab my notes here so I don't forget anything that I'm covering, is going to be lavender. So we have an excellent lavender. Hold it there for you to see. And again, it's 100% pure essential oil, unadulterated with anything else. One thing when you're, my dog barking at the neighbor, one thing you want to remember, if you go to a store and you're buying an essential oil, and I was at a store and you could buy an essential oil for $1.99, and I just have to ask, how can you do anything for $1.99 anymore? So really look for the quality. It's not always the price, but that's going to be the first place to look. Make sure they are 100% pure essential oils. We also get our oils, they're ethically produced. So we are finding essential oils that are grown pesticide-free, chemical-free, and also in areas that are respectful of the natural resources like the water and the human resources as well. So just some things that you want to remember there. So lavender, I'm going to close my door. Sorry about that. So lavender is known as the queen of essential oils, and it is a great essential oil for beginners. Again, it's very forgiving. It's also kid friendly. So if you want to use it, mix a little bit into your skin relief. It's okay to do that. It's very soothing. It's very calming. It is one that we use a lot. Yes, hey, little dude. Yeah, my neighbor is outside, so the kids are riding their bikes. It's a great night, right? They need some lavender to calm down. And so it is a great essential oil, very safe, again, to use. And it's historically used, again, for sleep. It also has antidepressant properties. It's antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, antispasmodic, and it's also a good one for insect bites as well. So it's going to take a lot of that sting away. Some ways that we can use our lavender essential oil is you can add a couple drops right to the toner mist, and you can use that just to spritz, and it's very calming that way. You can also add a little bit to your skin relief. You can just take a little dab of skin relief, put it on your hand, add a drop of lavender, just palm mix it, and then put it on any skin irritations, sunburns, bug bites, any redness in your skin. It's going to really help soothe and calm. So you'll find a lot of great uses there. We also have a lot of products that contain lavender because it is such a universal essential oil. It's really your first aid in a bottle. I saw some of you comment that there as well. It's one you absolutely want to have with you all the time. The next one is lemon, and it's one of my favorites, you can tell. And we have a great lemon essential oil, and it again is called Liquid Sunshine. It's very uplifting. It's great to diffuse, to give you some freshening scents, to kind of take you away, right? Very, again, uplifting. It also has some of those great properties. I want to make sure I grab all those. My notes are scrolling around here. Again, it's an uplift for your mood. It is a great deodorizer and odor container. It is also antifungal, antispasmodic, and antiseptic, and it helps with digestion as well. So that's why sometimes you'll see that people add it, a slice of lemon into their water. Okay, we're not going to use our essential oil, but a slice of lemon into your water is going to really help your digestion as well. And so things that we can do with our lemon essential oil, again, it's a great one for diffusing. So if you have some of those smells or some aromas that you don't like, diffusing some lemon is going to really help with that. It's also a great exfoliant. So you can add that into like a spa polish and just a couple drops and use it on your skin, and it's going to really help tighten your skin and help exfoliate the old dry skin cells. Always make sure you are rinsing that thoroughly. Also, it is one that can be a little photosensitive, so you don't want to put something with a lemon essential oil and then go out into the sun. So you want to make sure you're a little careful with that as well. And I'm going to tell you a couple of other ways you can use it also. The next one is peppermint. Where did my peppermint go? There, oops, I had it a second ago. I did have it here, trust me, it was here. But we have a great peppermint as well. Peppermint is also very uplifting. It increases your energy. It's also great. No, we do not want to put our essential oil into the water. You put a slice of lemon, and that's why people do it. You do not want to put the essential oil into your water. Peppermint increases your energy. It boosts your focus and mental alertness. So if you want to increase, if you're tired the night before, giving yourself a couple of whiffs of peppermint in the morning is going to really increase your energy and your alertness. It's also great for headaches. So if you have a headache coming on, just smelling a little bit of peppermint a lot of times is going to calm that headache down right away. It's also one you can add to the toner mist and spritz yourself. It's going to cool you down, kind of relieve some of that heat that you might be feeling. Great, yes, good to diffuse for homeschool kids as peppermint is. It also is great for soothing allergies. I'm going to talk about that in a couple of minutes. It is one that's awesome for nausea. So if you're traveling during the summer and you have those kids that get car sick, great to put a couple of drops of peppermint on a cotton ball, and you can just keep that in the car. You can also make their own little private aromatherapy badge, and you just take a Band-Aid and you fold it inside out, and I forgot to bring my Band-Aids. You fold it inside out, put a drop of peppermint on the little pad there, and then you just stick the Band-Aid right to their shirt, and they have their own personal aromatherapy diffuser. When they don't want it on anymore, they just pull it off and they're good to go. Let's see here, I want to make sure I go with this. I told you about that, cooling it down. I'm going to open my door because it gets warm in here. There we go. Sorry about that. Let's see, some other things. Sniffing, yes, it's great for allergies. And again, you don't want to use it straight, but you can put it in your toner mist. And I also have done this before when I'm not feeling well. I take a damp cloth and I add a couple of drops of the peppermint on there and lay it on the back of my neck, and it's very soothing and it starts bringing that temperature down. You can do that in the summer as well if you're outside a lot and you want to come in and cool off. Great to put that cool cloth on your neck. You can also, again, spritz in the toner mist and then spritz it to help cool you off also. And it doesn't take just like 4 or 5 drops into the toner mist, or just 5 or 6 drops on that wet cloth. Now the other oil most of us have heard of is tea tree. So tea tree is one of the most widely researched oils in the world. It is a great one for antifungal, antibacterial. It helps combat molds, mildews, fungus. It's a great one if you have a camper or an RV. You can actually take some drops of tea tree, and I buy these spritzer bottles, just cheap old bottles, add some water to it, a couple of drops of tea tree, shake it, and you can use it to spray in the shower area. You can use it to spray all over for the mold and mildew in the back of the sinks, those types of things. You can actually even add some vinegar to that, and I'm going to give you a recipe for that, and it makes a great multi-purpose cleaner as well. But tea tree is a great one to help with the molds, the mildews. It's also another one that is good for skincare, so you can add a little bit to your toner mist and you actually have that astringent for those that maybe have some acne issues, and do that spritzing with your face as well. It's also a good one, again, putting in your spray bottle and spraying your flip-flops and your shoes to kind of combat anything you might step in outside, especially if you're going into like public pools, public showers, those types of things. It's a great way to kind of help protect yourself a little bit from things you might be stepping on. But you can also use some spritz your pits for that as well. It's a really great one that I like to use. It's our 5 great essential oils, and it's a really great one that you can spritz your shoes. You can spritz, I like to spritz my flip-flops all the time because I go barefoot, and it's just a really great multi-purpose spray for that also. Then we have orange, which I like to call the other sunshine, and again we have a great oil. Orange is really good for digestive system, your gut health. emotional balance. It is for uplifting you, but it doesn't give you that high energy like a peppermint. So it's just a really great mind booster to have a positive attitude. Healthy skin, again, another one that you can add to the toner mist. That's just multi-purpose there. Orange is amazing. Yes, spritzing your flip-flops. Let's see, I'm trying to grab this question here. What could we put the tea tree in for your face for acne? You can, we do have some tea tree products, so you can check with your Jordy on those. If you're a Jordy, you can check. We do have some great products for acne, but you can actually put it, if you get little pimples and zits, you can actually put some skin relief, add a couple drops of your tea tree, mix it, and put it on there at night, and that's going to help kind of cut some of that oil down, and it's going to actually do a little bit of that drying of them out. And it's going to be healthy for your skin because the skin relief does have that phytonutrient blend in it. So skin relief is very versatile and it blends really well with essential oils. It doesn't break down like some over-the-counter things you might get, or some, I don't know what, just store products you might get. The skin relief is a great one. It takes the oils very well. So you can do a lot of mixing and matching in a little container or just in the palm of your hand as you go, 1 or 2 drops, and use it as needed. Hopefully that helped there. Oh, yep, definitely want to get tea tree and spray it, or for faster ways, you can also just grab the resistance spray and spray your flip-flops with that. It's not going to hurt anything. It's witch hazel based, so it's going to be fine for using on that as well. Yes, you can put skin relief on your face. It is our phytonutrient blend, and it's going to be very healing and soothing for your skin. It's all the nutrients that it needs. Orange helps the digestive system because it supports the blood flow and the circulation. So it's going to help calm your stomach. It's going to help keep things kind of rolling through there, as that way there with the orange. It's also good for your immune system, right? Just like we would think orange juice. So it's very good there. Orange is also another one that you can use in your skincare products as well. We often think of it as a degreaser, so it's also great to be using around the house as a cleaner. I'm going to talk about that in just a minute here. Yes, speed it up. I'm always off track. Frankincense is, where did it go out of order? It is the king of oils. So when you get your king and your queen together, you have an incredible combination. Frankincense we often think of as yoga and meditation because it's very calming to the mind. So and it's also one that boosts the properties of every other oil. So it's just really that enhancer. So I like to add frankincense to about everything I do. So I go through a lot of frankincense, but to me it's well worth it. So I will mix it with whatever I'm doing in a diffuser blend and always add a drop of frankincense to go in there as well. It promotes inner peace and calmness. It's a great one if you're having stress or anxiety. Another one that you can just put a couple drops on a cotton ball and just have it around. You can also buy, and I didn't wear my aromatherapy bracelet tonight, but you can buy a lava bead bracelet and add a couple of drops of any of these oils and have them with you all the time. Frankincense is really great for the joints as well, so that's why you'll see it in a lot of our other products also. So now we do have some combinations, so if you don't want to buy a lot of oils, you can start out with lemon peppermint. So you can guess this one's going to be all about energy, uplifting, and kind of just that boosting your mind and your body. And then we also have orange lavender, and that one's going to be that calming one to help soothe you. It's a great one because orange might uplift you, but it's not doing the energizing like a peppermint. So it's a great combination. The orange lavender is one that kids love as well, so that's a good one to do with a little bedtime teddy or to use with a diffuser as well with the kids' room. Now when I'm talking about the diffuser, and we have my dog barking, it's okay to diffuse essential oils around pets. A lot of times people say you can't use essential oils around pets, and that's not true. You can diffuse them as long as you use common sense and that your pet can always leave the room. So you're not going to diffuse them around an animal that can't leave. So you're not going to turn your diffuser on and close the door with your cat inside the room. but you can definitely use your diffuser in your living room, and your cat has the option to move out of that room. So when you're doing that, just use common sense. You wouldn't set your diffuser where your cat could tip it over and drink the water. You wouldn't have it where it's shooting right over your fish tank or, you know, an iguana or something. So just really use common sense, and then it is safe to use them around your pets. You can also, when you're diffusing, you aren't going to leave your diffuser on for 4, 5, 6 hours. And a lot of times when you're hearing the stories on the internet, how dangerous it is, a lot of times the backstory is the diffuser was left on all night long and the cat was locked in that room. So you are going to have problems there if you're doing stuff like that. Not common sense. If you're using a diffuser to uplift or for those therapeutic type benefits, you only need to be running it 15 minutes every couple of hours. You don't need to have it on all day. And I think that's one of the misconceptions. People get a diffuser, they turn it on and they leave it run all day, and you really don't need to do that. You just need to do it, again, you know, 15 minutes every couple of hours, and you're going to be getting all of those benefits that you need. Now, I wanted to share with you some other ways that you can use essential oils, not just in kind of those common aromatherapy ways. It makes a great all-purpose cleaner. So what you can do is you can take just a few drops of whatever you like. I like to use lemon, tea tree, or orange, and you mix it with your water and some vinegar, and you have an all-natural cleaning solution. And you can go ahead and you can use that, and you want to test color safeness on if you have an expensive countertop or something you're not sure about. I've used it for 20 years and I've never had a problem, but you know, always check with that manufacturer's suggestion. And it makes a great countertop cleaner, and it doesn't streak when you use the vinegar, and it's just safe to use. Wipe everything down. It's a great way to spring clean. So maybe you want to wipe down all of your countertops, or you take the drawers out and you wipe them all down. It's a great, easy way to do it, very inexpensively and safely and healthily as well. And again, I just use it. You can use like 4 ounces of water, 4 ounces of vinegar, and then, you know, 6 to 10 drops of essential oil. So again, it's not going to take many. As you use it, you just shake it and then you spray it. You can also just spray it right on a cloth. You have that damp cloth, and you can wipe everything down. It's a great way if you're opening up your RV or your camper. Perfect way to clean it out and have that really fresh scent. It's also a great air freshener. And you don't always have to do it in a diffuser. You can definitely do that way, but you can also be spritzing things in the air. You can use it in lava beads. You can make things very simply out of felt pads and putting drops of essential oil on those. They make lots of different types of diffusers and ways to use it that way. When you're using it in your diffuser, always follow the manufacturer's suggestions. I typically use, 5 to 8 drops in 100 milliliters of water. I'm always asked if I have a preference for a diffuser, and I like ones that have automatic turn off, and I like the lights that make, nice lights. And then I also want to see the watermarks on it. You can get some that are really cheap. They don't have the watermarks, so you're never sure how much you're putting in, and they don't automatically turn off. I always want to have an automatic turn off. And yep, you can get diffusers for your cars as well. So that's one way you can use them also. You can also use them as carpet deodorizers. And I actually brought my supplies for that one with me tonight. I just like to use Arm & Hammer baking soda, but you can get any brand of baking soda you want. And how I use it is I just take my baking soda and I just put it in a little cup. I also have a little container and I've punched holes in the top of it, but I wanted to show you this. I'm just putting it like this. Then I'm going to add whatever essential oil I wanted to use. I'm going to use some lemon, and I wanted to show you when you put it in, it's going to leave, let's get a couple of drops in there. This is a new one, so it's not going to drop on me. There it goes. Ooh, too many there. But you will see it clumping. I don't know if you can see that clumping in there, but it does clump. And then you're just going to take a stirring utensil and you're just going to mix it so it's not clumped. Then once it's thoroughly mixed, you now have a carpet freshener. So that's like a super quick way to mix it. Then you're just going to go ahead, so I've got that mixed. And then I'm just going to go ahead and sprinkle that on my carpet, just like you would with one that you would buy from the store. Here we've got safe ingredients, right? Sprinkle it. You leave it on, you know, your 10-15 minutes, and then you just vacuum it up. It's so easy to freshen your whole room that way. It also freshens your vacuum cleaner. So a lot of times odors are, oh my God, it's driving me crazy. A lot of times odors are trapped in your vacuum cleaner, and when you vacuum, you actually will end up with more smell in your room. So you can go ahead and use this. It's going to air freshen your carpet and your vacuum cleaner at the same time. You can also take this same paste, and if you have, again, check your stovetop instructions there for cleaning, but you can make a paste with orange essential oil. Get it, you know, just like a paste, and put some on a cloth. You rub it on there, and it's going to be a natural degreaser. And again, you're going to be eliminating the odor and then just cleaning that up. Just really nice, great smell as well. And again, it's a safe one. If you don't use all of it, the other thing you can do is you just take this, you have a garbage disposal, been using it all winter, you can dump this right down in your garbage disposal, leave it sit for 10-15 minutes, and then run the garbage disposal, and you'll be amazed at how much fresher that it will smell. I love to do that. I usually do that a couple times during the winter anyway. You can also make a really great glass cleaner. That's, again, take our trusty spray bottle. You're going to use your 4 ounces of vinegar, your 4 ounces of water, and then add your essential oils. Lemon and peppermint work the best to not streak. I have found frankincense and orange sometimes do a little streaky, so I tried not to use those. Lemon and peppermint, I've never had streaks there, but they're great for cleaning your windows, great for cleaning the inside of your car windows as well, and really freshens up the whole area, because remember, you're going to get all of that great aroma in there. It's going to kind of break down some of those odors, and it's just going to be an uplifting, great way to do some spring cleaning. Then you can also, again, you want to check color fastness on this, but again, I've been using this all the time. You can use it as a wood cleaner and kind of freshen up the wood products in your home. You're going to take, usually again, lemon. You can use orange for this as well. You can mix it with olive oil, put it on a cloth, and then just rub everything down. That works really well, again, in the RVs and your campers, because they've probably been sitting out, been closed up. You do all of that, and it's going to bring that wood back to life. The olive oil is going to kind of give the nutrients and kind of moisturize the wood, and the essential oils are going to really add that great smell and remove any other odors that are there that are kind of trapped in it. So again, another great one that you can do for some spring cleaning. And here's one. How many of you, maybe this is a Midwestern thing, in the spring, maybe you remember this, your moms or your grandmas did it, would take all of the curtains down in the house and wash them and then hang them out on the line, right? So they have that great spring breeze. You can do the same thing. Take your curtains or whatever, you take them down, you're going to wash them, and then use your essential oils with your dryer ball. Now you can use your dryer ball a couple of different ways. If you want to use your Spritzer Pits or your resistance blend, you can go ahead and spray that on the dryer ball. You know, spray it on there, and then you just toss it into the dryer with your clothes. Now you can also use your essential oils and put your drops right on your dryer ball. Oops, that's what I usually do. You want to be safe because essential oils are volatile compounds. So what I do is when I start my load of wash, I put my oils on my dryer ball. When my wash is done, they've soaked into my dryer ball, and then I can throw the whole thing right into my dryer. So it's a great way to freshen up all of your curtains, all of your clothing. You can do this, freshen everything up before you pack stuff away. So if you're in some of those winter months like Wisconsin, maybe you're taking your sweaters and you're going to store those for the summer, do this first, and they're going to stay a lot fresher while they're being kind of stored away there. Then another, let's see, I was checking to see if there's other question here. Yep, so not everybody has carpet. You can use some essential oils with a mix onto a wood floor, but you always want to check for color safeness. You can use essential oil into like a skin relief or into any of the shea butter, and then just rub it onto your stomach. You can do that with peppermint, and that will also help with peppermint. Yep, somebody did that. Peppermint on the magnesium lotion and rub it on your stomach is going to be a really great way to help with your digestion. Yes, I'm telling you, your dryer ball can be your best friend. It's just, and you can change the essential oils on it and freshen everything up, packing away your blankets. When you take all of your stuff out of storage, you can also you don't have to wash it. Just throw it into the dryer with your dryer ball, and it's going to naturally freshen everything up. Another thing that may be a Midwestern thing, cleaning your mattresses during the changing of the seasons. You can do the same thing with our handy dandy baking soda mixture. You can just take all of the sheets off your mattresses. You just sprinkle all of the baking soda on your mattress, let it sit for a little while, and then you just come back with your vacuum cleaner and vacuum it up. And you'll be really surprised how much fresher that it's going to smell. And it's really going to help like the whole room have a really great aroma to it. So hopefully I gave you some fun ways that you can use essential oils. Sorry about my dog. I'll have to remember to put him in his crate before I do another call, then you won't see the kids riding the bicycles. But we have really great essential oils, a lot of different ways to use them. And the more you incorporate them into your life, of course, you're going to use more, but you're going to really start feeling a lot of those benefits as well. You're going to notice less stress, you're going to feel happier, you're going to be able to have some natural, healthy alternatives to some of those chemical things that we use every day. The more we can stay away from those, the better off we all are. So hopefully you all had a fantastic evening. Have a great night. If you are a Geordie and you have some questions, go ahead and post those over in the community, and I will get you some information there as well. If you are a guest tonight, reach out to your Geordie, and they'll be happy to give you some more information. And have a wonderful evening.